What is the Cloward-Piven strategy? If you've ever wondered about a political strategy that aims to overhaul the welfare system, you're about to learn about one of the most controversial ideas of the 20th century. Let's break down the Cloward-Piven strategy. This strategy was devised in 1966 by two American sociologists and political activists, Richard Cloward and Frances Fox Piven. They were professors at the Columbia University School of Social Work and published their ideas in an article titled The Weight of the Poor, a strategy to end poverty, in the liberal magazine The Nation. The core idea behind the Cloward-Piven strategy is to create a crisis in the welfare system by encouraging a large number of people to apply for welfare benefits. This would overwhelm the system, causing bureaucratic and fiscal disruptions in local and state governments. Cloward and Piven believed that this crisis would force the federal government to step in and implement a guaranteed annual income to alleviate poverty. Here's how it was supposed to work. By informing the poor about their rights to welfare assistance and encouraging them to apply, the welfare system would become overloaded. This overload would lead to chaos and eventually the collapse of the existing welfare system. Once the system failed, the government would be compelled to create a new system that included a guaranteed minimum income. The strategy was influenced by significant social upheavals of the 1960s, including the civil rights movement and the Watts riots in Los Angeles in 1965. Cloward and Piven saw these events as opportunities to capitalize on existing unrest to bring about systemic change. Their plan involved several key steps. First, mass mobilization of people eligible for welfare to apply for benefits. Second, creating a crisis by overwhelming the welfare bureaucracy. And third, pushing for policy changes that would lead to a guaranteed annual income and expanded social safety nets. In practice, this strategy did lead to an increase in welfare recipients, especially in the late 1960s and early 1970s. For example, in New York City, the number of people on welfare rose significantly, contributing to the city's financial crisis and eventual bankruptcy in 1975. However, the ultimate goal of establishing a guaranteed annual income and a more socialist system was not achieved. Despite this, the Cloward-Piven strategy has continued to influence discussions on social policy, welfare reform, and government intervention. Today, the concept remains a topic of debate, with some accusing each other of using similar tactics to overload systems in areas like healthcare and immigration. While the strategy's precise goals were not fully realized, it has left a lasting impact on how we think about addressing poverty and systemic injustice.